video. I'm going to be painting a electric P51 today. I'm going to try to put this movie together a little more fun-like. I have been doing just some straight video. Well, this time I have 3 cameras. The one I'm talking to now, and we also have the live streaming cameras off in the corner, and my Sony digital cam. This is kind of a hard thing to do and a different endeavor, but we'll give it a shot. So enjoy the footage. Well, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work as far as the stream goes, but we're going to give it a try. Today what I'm doing is I'm going to be mixing some paint, and we're going to paint this airplane, and we're going to try to get everything sorted out. So the first thing we're going to do, we won't mix the paint. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe this airplane down. Now, I had my Windex. Where did it disappear to? One of the most important things when painting is cleanliness. And we're going to wipe this airplane down a couple of times and try to get all the dust off of it. And that's kind of an important thing. Looks like the stream may have hung up. Suppose I should go in the other room and shut that other viewer off. We'll get this timer going. We're going to run this for an hour, the live stream. And if you want to see the rest of it, you're going to have to pick it up on the movie that I'm making of it. I'll tell you why that's going to happen is I don't feel that there's going to be enough air that I can paint this whole airplane without the compressor running. And if the compressor was running, you guys, it's just way too loud. You know, I tried it on camera once and you can't hear anything. So we're going to do the mixing, the cleaning, and probably the first coat until we run out of air, and that should last the hour. And then of course tonight I'll come back. I should have the video edited and made for this evening. Now, while I'm cleaning this, I'm noticing some spots that I missed. Well, yeah, you could let them go, or it would be just as easy to fix them because they're relatively small. While we're at it, the painting is not the actual painting of the airplane. Painting is all in the preparation. The paint that goes on the airplane, no matter what anybody says, is a very small part of the project. If you want to just shoot some paint on something, you know, it will definitely show that you just shot paint on it and forgot it. And while I've been working on this several weeks and quite a few hours, it's about as close as I want to make it. I don't want to keep working on the thing. So, finish wiping this up, wiping it off, and we'll mix up some paint. So, if you got any questions, you can type them in that box. I'll get to them here in a bit. I see we have 3 watching. I want to really thank Dane for stepping up and taking on some of the work in control line craftsman. It's anybody that's ever done this will surely tell you it's just a ton of work. Not only am I building airplanes, but I'm also trying to be Steven Spielberg. You want to make sure you get all the dust off of it, and you don't want to leave any of the water behind because paint don't stick to water. I think this paint mixing thing is going to leave, you know, people always have questions on mixing the dough. And I'm going to show exactly how I do it. Okay, got a little spot right there. I wish the control surfaces would have been left off this airplane. You know, I never put control surfaces on until after it's painted. It just makes it a whole lot easier. I'm also looking into another camera for live streaming that you're going to be able to see the backside, because as it stands now we have 2 cameras running, but they're both from one side because the lighting is that way. So I do have the cords, I just don't have the camera. So I'm looking into that. We need, I guess this brush here will help clean it out. Get all the dust out of the hinge line. I hope you guys are liking the channel. You know, I'm trying to grow it, and I think video is going to be the way to go from now on. Now I just turned it over, and there's some more places that we could still sand on it, but I'm going to go ahead and carry on, because I mean it's like a never-ending sand job on this thing. I gotta know when to give up. I think we're going to have enough time and enough air to do the bottom. And then if you want to see the rest of the job, you'll have to come back on the video so I can edit out the compressor to see the green and the trim put on. I had forgotten that he wanted me to make some exhaust stacks, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. I might just paint them on, and we'll do the Al-Rabe smoke to give it some detail. But either way, you know, it's going to be nice. It's never-ending sanding. Okay, I'm basically done sanding. I mean, I could spend another 2 weeks sanding on this thing. But I just can't do that. It just, yeah, clean that up after it's painted. Okay, let's mix up some paint. Like I say, I could sand on this for another 2 hours, right? But I at least want to get some gray on it today. Okay, set that over here. All right. Mixing paint. This is the cheap thinner that I use for cleaning the guns. You don't want to put that in the dope. This is the $50 a gallon thinner. This is what you want to use. So we'll get it opened up. Now, be sure to, you know, when I say like, subscribe, and share this on YouTube or Twitter, share it on Facebook. The only way I'm going to get this channel to grow is with everybody's help. And this is the part I hate. They never open up easy. That time now. Okay, we got our thinner. I can't see if any questions have been asked or not. I don't think so. No. All right. Now I haven't been to the paint store, but I do have some of these cups. And before the video started, I cleaned this out real good. So we got that ready to go. Now I buy my dope by the gallon. You know, this is about a half a gallon now. I think it would be best just to mix the white right in here. Oh, this is clear. Clear, no wonder why. There's white. Yeah, I didn't think we were down. Got a lot of dust. I cut my thumb this morning digging into the drawer, stabbed it with an X-Acto knife. I've CA'd it 4 or 5 times, and every time I touch something it starts bleeding again. So, in a bad spot. I gotta CA this again. Hang on just a second. If you get a cut, let's take some CA, drop it on there. I think I'm gonna kick it off this time. Yeah, that's smart. That's what it was meant for. Everybody says, well, you're crazy. No. That was, it was designed for stitching wounds during Vietnam. So that's exactly what it's used for. And it works pretty good unless you get a cut that's in a spot that's bending back and forth. I'm going to clean this up before we go any farther here. Get this stuff off of here. We're going to mix up some gray, and I have another little can here that had some white in it from before, and it won't take much gray to do the bottom of this because it's already gray. If you watch Dane's monocoat videos, he's a really good teacher. I'm not much of a teacher, I'm just a builder. But we'll do what we can do. We'll get a stick here. Now, viscosity, they sell a tool to measure viscosity, and I don't know what the specific viscosity is for sprayable dope is. It looks like I've already mixed this with thinner, so that's a pretty good viscosity for spraying. Whether it's thin enough for airbrushing is another question. But we got about 3/4 of a gallon here, so I'm probably going to end up having to buy another gallon of white. I've been through 4 gallons of thinner and several quarts and half a gallon of white. Yeah, I won't add any more thinner to that until I see what's going on. So this was a can of white that I had mixed up before, a small pint. We're going to pour that in here. So we know that's a half a pint. That's at 1. Now, I like these cups from Sherwin-Williams or any of the paint stores because they have graduated marks on them. And so that's at 1. We're going to bring it up to 2. And that should be 1 pint. Now, I don't want to use any more paint than that total. Well, you're thinking, well, how much gray is that going to take? I would say that a pint is probably too much for that, so we're going to knock it back half of that. So not half, a third. Okay, that's good. When mixing, we're going to make some green paint as well, and when mixing colors or tones or whatever, always start with the light tone first. If you put the light tone, or if you put the dark tone in here and then try to add the light tone, you'll end up with 6 gallons of paint before you get the color you need, because we're going to make some gray, some polar gray, this color, and it probably won't take but maybe, seems like we're lagging a little behind. Not a whole lot I can do. The internet is what it is. It's not my, I don't own the internet. If I did, it would work. Anyway, we're getting back to paint mixing. We want to mix just a very little of this black in here. I don't really want to put much in it. You see how very little that took? That maybe one more stickful or two more, but it already turned that it turned that paint the gray that I needed just about instantaneously. If I would have took this and poured it in there, it'd be ruined. So when you're doing this, you know, think 2 or 3 times before you do it. Because if I put too much black in this white, it would take 6 gallons of white to bring it back to the correct color. And I'm going to try to make it the same color as this gray right here. Now, what is wrong with this stream? Well, we're going to carry on. I just need to... I think part of the streaming problem today is that it's Sunday. A lot of people on the internet. I got no control over that. Yeah, I think that's getting pretty close there. I don't know, you might have lost the audio portion, but you'll get it in the, you will get it in the movie, in the video. So, I guess I could try to restart it one more time. You want to be about a shade or two lighter than what you're trying to match, because when it dries, it'll darken up. And I think we got it right there. So, not a lot I can do. You know, I don't own the internet. Anyway, it's out of my hands. We'll get it when we get it. Okay, the airbrush that I use is a Iwata, and it's the Eclipse. Iwata. And I really like it. It really produces a nice level pattern. Put this down. We didn't make too much of a mess here, just a couple drops. And if you remember, I told you that I already had this mixed up. Now we're going to try to spray this through the airbrush. Everybody asks, well, how much thinner is in it? Well, I don't know. How much does it take? It takes what it takes. So we'll give this a try, and if it doesn't spray, we'll go ahead and add some thinner to it. Let me see what I got the pressure on so I can give you a reading on that. I have the pressure turned on the airbrush, 25 pounds. Now that's quite a bit more than a little airbrush compressor puts out. A little airbrush compressor puts out about 7 pounds. Now the stream's off again. I'm done. I'm going to just continue on, and if you guys want to see the paint job, you'll have to watch the video. Nothing I can do. You'd think I was a big Hollywood director or something. But this is how you sync the audio. So anyway, we got paint try 3, take 1. Okay, what I've done is that I showed how to mix the paint in the other segment of this video, and I will edit this all up, and it will be a cohesive video once I edit it. What I've done is mixed the gray, and we put 1 coat of gray on the bottom. Now my compressor's down to about 100 pounds. I think we could go a little longer on it. And I've been running this stream now about 40 minutes, and I had planned on an hour. So we might run a little over on the stream. I see that the health is up, it's working. And if you're getting audio, let me know in the box. I need to know that everything is working. So type into the box that you can hear me, and we'll go from there. But we gave her a coat of gray, and there's a when you put the paint on this thing, that's when the mistakes really stand out. And I thought I had most of them fixed. we're just not going to worry about it. I can't keep going forever on it. So now I'm just kind of touching up the areas that I missed. This is the first coat. On the second reel, or on the good, Jim. On the next reel, when I mix the green, I will not be doing that as a live stream, for the simple fact the compressor has to run. And so if you want to see it painted in detail, you'll have to watch the video. Because I'm going to take this footage, the footage in that camera, and the opening footage that I shot that you guys didn't see with my GoPro, and put it all together, edit it up, try to make the sound match, and make one decent video out of it. Anyway, the idea behind this is we're going to, by the looks of the photograph that I'm going to kind of model after Old Crow, it looks to be gray on the bottom and OD green on the top. And I guess on this video, on the live stream here, we can mix up the OD green. I'll show you how I'm going to arrive at that. But what I'm doing here is I want to make sure that all the bottom is covered, because we're going to come back with a camel line along the fuselage that I'm going to airbrush in OD green. So it's taken about 2 of these containers, so these are about 4 fluid ounces to paint the bottom. There that goes. So I had really made the right choice to cut back on the amount of paint that I had in here, because we're half gone, so it was about about 8 ounces of paint, and that'll be plenty to do the job, and I won't have a bunch left over. Because I have a bunch of cans underneath the workbench that are of custom colors that I've mixed up that I'll never use on anything. You know, it's just not how it works. So you can see some streaks in this. Now, not that it matters, and because your eye is fooled, we're going to paint invasion stripes on the bottom of this. Panel lines, of course the rondelles. I'm going to give it, you know, it's not going to be as detailed as I did my Thunderbolt, but I'm going to give it the business. Try to hide some of all these, you know, hide some of these mistakes that were made in the woodwork, just to take your eye away from them, and then we'll clear it. And it really should have a matte clear, but I don't know how to make flat dope. I'm sure there is, but now you can't forget this piece either, because this whole piece, you know, if you don't make this piece gray on the bottom and green on the top, it'll look like you know, it was an afterthought. So we'll go ahead and put the gray on the bottom of this too. Even though it's gray, it's not the exact same. This is primer gray and this is polar gray. They're close as my eye would make them, but So there you have it. So yeah, we got the gray on the bottom. I'll set that aside. No big deal. It's also going to get the wheel doors painted via the Al Ray method of, like I did my Thunderbolt, and the cockpit where it shows the ribbing inside and all that other business. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. I'm going to make up some stencils to do this a little different, instead of having to tape them off and then all that other stuff. So I'll make it a little quicker that way. I want to have this airplane done, ready to go in clear by next weekend. Got to have at least 4 done by the end of the year. And that works out to about 1 a month. And I really thought I could do them faster, and I probably could have, but the circumstances had to be different. Trying to do the build along, trying to, trying to build my, it's just tough. So I got to do what I got to do. But anybody says you can't paint an airplane with an airbrush is wrong. I do it all the time. If you want to save weight, that's basically the best way to do it. Now, just because this is colored dope doesn't mean I'm not going to sand it either, because it's got some spots in it that need to be sanded, but I'm going to have to get some more 600 sandpaper. When you move to the dope side, you have to go down in grain, so to speak. You don't want to be sanding on this with 80 grit. You want to, sand on it with 600 or 1200 or 800. So, somewhere in the finer grits. Otherwise, you'll be pulling your hair out because you're going to have to go back and do some things. Now, like right here, I can see, but I can't be too critical. It is what it is. Let's see here. It looks like I guess I'll let that dry. It's got some shiny spots in it and some dull spots. I'm hoping that it all goes dull evenly, and that way it won't be so bad. Because the shine doesn't really come up until the clear goes on. I see the stream health is good. I'm glad. I'm going to give it another mark here. Just because I know the audio is going to be way out of sync, I'm going to, I have a recorder for a separate audio track, and it should be here tomorrow. So that'll make recording these a little bit easier, because as it stands right now, I'm going to be taking the audio off of my Sony camera and trying to transpose it onto that, along with my little camera, so it's just difficult. And I didn't go to school for this, and I don't have a clue what I'm doing. If I was Chris Rudd, maybe I'd know what I was doing. Anyway, are there any questions? We only had 3 people watch, and I do apologize for the audio health, but there's nothing I can do. I don't own the internet. I wish the hell I did, because it would work. The phone company, same way. If I owned the phone company, you guys wouldn't have any phone problems. We're going to mix the green up. That's what it was. Now, I did the black and the gray a little bit different. Have a can here. It's not really empty. It had a little bit of white in it. We're not going to worry about it because we're mixing color anyway. I just pour that in with the gray. It's got a little bit of white in it. Who cares? I'm going to take blue. I know that I'm going to need around 8 ounces to paint the airplane because that's what the bottom took. Only we're changing color this time, so it's probably going to take 10 ounces. But it is dark, so no big deal. So this is an Insignia blue, pretty dark blue, and I'm going to fill this up. I almost did it wrong again. Yellow first. Man, I'd have been kicking myself in the ass if I'd have done that. Got a Cub yellow here. Actually, it's a Cessna yellow. Or, yeah, Cub yellow. Filled it about halfway up because I'm going to keep some yellow because I'm going to do some yellow airplanes. I don't want to make everything green. Now, if you can see down in there, you can see that it's yellow. We are going to use such very little blue, you can't believe it. I would say possibly a half an ounce was poured in there, and that might be too much. I'm not sure. Hopefully not. But automatically it turns like an OD green. And see, it actually didn't turn OD green, it turned piss yellow. kind of a mustard yellow. But it's it's a nice color, just not the right color. So we'll add a little bit more. We might have to add some black to darken it up. But man, you don't want to add too much at this stage, because you can ruin the can of paint and there's no bringing it back. It's a lime yellow now. And I'm thinking that we might have to add a little red. I say red? Yeah. Yep, let's add a little red. Now I'll explain to you why red. Most people would continue, this is orange. Orange is close, but I'd rather have red. I have some Insignia red here. Would continue to add blue. And that would be a good train of thought. Except all that's going to do, let's see what this is. Except what that's going to do is it's going to make it, I don't think this is red. If you continue to add blue, that'll just make it more pea green. Oh, this is purple. This is that purple I mixed up. So we don't want that. Might get a purple airplane out of this mess, I don't know. Okay, we got some Insignia red here. Insignia red, we got the green. that we've made. The color wheel really works weird. So red and green make what? They make brown. Or they make green OD. You better make sure you mix enough paint to do the whole job, because you'll never be able to match it. That wasn't enough. Yeah, you're going to need a little black too. We're way off. Way off. You guys bored to death yet? I'll add a little bit more blue. It's getting closer. A little more blue. Mess. There we go. It's coming into coming in now. Let's add a little more red. Too bright. I want forest green. What the heck? Let's see, I mixed this up. Let's see. I made this green a while back. Let's see how that works. It's a little bit bright too. It's a little better. Let's add a little black to it, see what happens. I got a green here, but I really want a forest green or an OD green. And I have two P greens. So we have, oh man. Yeah, first mistake. So, got to fix that. Okay, that's fixed. Put it back up out of the way. Stupid. Too many paint cans open. A little black. Don't want to really darken it up. That's it. Nope, it's not quite dark enough yet. It'll be dark now. We're down to 3. Oh yeah. Okay, about got it. One more round of black and just a touch more red. Well, we're about an hour and 15 minutes into this thing, but I wanted to give you guys a full hour because we had a stream problem. And I have my green now. God, that took a while to get that color. There you go. It helps to know your color wheel. You can see the color green that it will be. It could be a little darker, but you know, like I told you when I was mixing the gray, you want it a little lighter because when it dries, it will be a little darker. So if I make it dark, it'll end up being too dark. And you go, God, that's putrid. So clean up the mess here. Didn't get any questions. I hope you guys aren't bored to death. As I stated, this video and the other stream and the camera and my other GoPro camera will be remixed into a 2-hour-long finishing segment. The first finishing segment will be, you know, I'm going to use some of this reel and I'm going to use some from the other camera and edit it together and make one cohesive video. And I'll leave this video up. If you want it, you know, if you want to watch it, you better download it, because I'm going to download this video and then remove it from my channel. And you ask, well, why would I remove it? Well, the numbers, if I have people who come on the what a mess, come on the channel, watch 5 minutes, and then get off the channel, it goes against me. So I realize that these live streams are boring. I realize that the live streams are boring, so if I take it off and edit it up, it won't be a strike against me. I don't know. That's just what I didn't want to do. Get the mess cleaned up. We have our color. We have the green. You're probably watching and laughing at me. Knucklehead. I made a big mess. That's alright. Thinner burns in the cuts. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying my channel. I hope you've enjoyed the live streams. I'm trying to bring you the content. Ask Sparky shit. You know, just whatever. Trying to keep it fresh, keep it fun. We had a paint mixing seminar tonight. As I stated, most people don't know about adding the other colors, the other hues. Like when you make black, you don't just keep adding different colors in. There's a blue black, a red black, a green black. You know, and there's all kinds of whites. There's eggshell white and Swift white, insignia white. and they're all different shades because they all have other paint colors of the spectrum in them. So you got the biggest book out there available to you, and that's the internet. Use Google, and you can Google color wheel, or what it takes to make certain colors or whatever. You don't have to go to. I went to school for it, didn't learn anything, but I mean, that's almost 50 years ago, 40 something years ago. But I do remember contrasting colors and opposing colors, complementing colors, chromatic colors, and these are things that are kind of helpful to know when you're doing a custom paint job, unless you have a super eye and can see different hues in it. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Would everybody agree that's OD green? Could be a little darker, but we're going to leave it a little lighter. So, put the lid on this, put some tape on it, mark it. See, I got a marker square. Yeah. Well, I had a marker. Oh, I know what I did with it. I put it back where it belongs. That's why I couldn't find it. And we'll be painting this, as I stated, I'm going to do this on a video and not on a live stream because the compressor is going to need to run. So, B51. I'm going to clean up this paint mess that I got. We're down to our, I run over it several times now on this video, so. Just a model airplane, yeah, it looks like crap. Anyway, I'm going to shut the camera off. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me for the hour. If you have any questions, yeah, it's usually what happens, Jim. You gotta a ton of paint. Well, the reason why you're wasting a ton of paint is that you just don't realize what goes into the color. If I didn't add red, if I didn't add red into this green, I would either had to add so much blue into it, it would end up blue, or so much black. But the red turns the green to brown, so that makes it dark. It gives you that rich earth tone. So knowing the colors that go inside each particular hue will save you a lot of paint, time, and I can stand here and try to pass on the knowledge that I have. However, for every color, there's just no possible way. So the best thing to do is go on the internet, look up a color wheel, and see. For instance, you gotta what are conflicting colors, or what are complementing colors? Well, what goes best with purple? Well, that would be yellow. And you think, yellow? God, that's nasty. Well, it's kind of like, even though the Blue Angels does it, blue airplane, yellow letters. That, I don't know why they did that. That is absolute wrong combination. It looks hideous. But, you know, to each his own. But if you go on the internet and you search color wheel, color mixing chart, there'll be 250,000 hits on different things. You can download that wheel and put it on your bench and go, oh shit, there ain't nothing to that. That was simple as heck. So, I don't know. Any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Just ask on the forum, call me on the phone, it doesn't matter. Send me an email, send me an IM. I don't know everything, I don't profess to know everything. And the guys who do profess to know everything are dangerous. But I do know one thing as a mechanic. Two things. I don't know everything, but I do know where to find it. And the internet is really good. It ain't like looking it up on a fish. So the internet's cut down quite a bit of time. Anyway, I'm going to cut the camera. Thanks for joining me today, this afternoon. Been streaming now an hour and a half. Even though we didn't have sound, I did get it back and get it fixed. So I apologize. The internet's not mine. If it was, it would work. What can I say? So anyway, I'll try to get this video made up. The other video will be available probably tomorrow, because it takes quite a bit. I still have to paint the airplane, and we're going to have to run the compressor. Then I'm going to have 2 hours to edit the video. So it takes a lot of work. So be sure to like, subscribe, share this video. If you can support Stunt Hangar, there's a button not going to be on the top, up there on the top right. You know, support Stunt Hangar, 10 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever you can do. That helps me bring good content to you guys. All this shit costs money. I don't mind doing it. I don't expect one guy to pay for it all. I just wish everybody would, pitch in, but they don't. So, got to do what we can do. So anyway, until I see you again, tight lines, fair winds. See ya!